What's going on, people? Marlon Chito Vera versus Cory Sandhagen is allegedly in the works. The news was broke by Ariel Helwani. Nothing's signed as of yet, obviously, but they are trying to get that fight done, and I somehow can't imagine either one of those men turning that down. I'm here to give my early prediction and a breakdown of what could possibly happen, what I think will possibly happen in that fight. This is one of those fights that I'm extremely excited to see, and at the same time, it's a little upsetting because I like both guys so much that I don't want to see either one lose. I love both of their mindsets. I think for Chito, he's always been just a mean dude. Like, he's got it in him, you know. He's got the mind to hurt people. Whereas Cory Sandhagen had to. Dude, I went full dyslexia there. Cory Sandhagen had to get himself into that mindset by reading ancient texts and so on and so forth, which are extremely valuable, but it's just kind of like the opposite side of the same coin. Like, they both got there, they just had to get there a different way. Chito just seems to have the killer instinct in him, whereas Cory had to try to, I guess, work it into himself, and he's done a spectacular job at that. I love his ancient war mindset that he goes into fight week with. Like when he was asked about the title shot or interim title shot versus Piotr Jan, he says, "Yeah, TJ's away from his kingdom, and Aljamain's is still on fire, so I'm the only guy," or something like that. It was fucking badass. But yeah, I love both these fucking dudes. So unfortunately, if I had to pick right now, based on nothing else other than their last few fights and their styles and all that jazz, I would have to pick Cory Sandhagen in this one. I don't think Cory Sandhagen gets a finish. I think Chito's a wee bit too tough. He's never been knocked down. He's one of 3 fighters in the UFC. I think Nate, Max Holloway, and Chito. There's probably some others, but big names. And big names fighting the best guys who can fucking crack. So I think if Cory gets it done, it's going to be by decision, unanimous decision, probably 4 rounds to 1. I mean, maybe 3 rounds to 2 if Chito catches him with a good shot, and more than 1 round it drops him or something. The problem for Chito is he's got this style that almost relies on his opponents not being able to land KO blows. And while Cory Sandhagen does not have KO power in his hands, he absolutely does with his feet, as do almost anybody. Feet and shins, or his knees, or, essentially anything that's not a punch. Chito has this style where he knows that if he hits you, he's gonna fucking hurt you. And he can take a few of your shots to get there. Even, what we've seen in the last few fights from Frankie Edgar, if you think about it, Cory Sandhagen didn't get touched. And he started that whole shit off, I believe. And then Chito had his fight with Frankie Edgar, and Marlon Chito Vera was on his way to losing that fight. This is kind of where I'm getting my feelings from on how the fight will go. Marlon Chito Vera almost lost that fight to Frankie Edgar. He didn't, but he almost did. He landed that big front kick KO pretty late in the third round, if I'm not mistaken. But he had dropped the first 2 rounds to Frankie Edgar. And it's because Chito has a problem with dudes who are extremely elusive. Now, he made the adjustment against Dominic Cruz, but you see it with a guy like, when he fights a guy like Rob Font, who's primarily a boxer, he's going to want to stand in the pocket in striking distance and try to move his head and block shots like a boxer would. He has a lot more opportunities to hit and hurt you when he's fighting someone like that. Now Frankie, obviously, when he is throwing strikes, most of them it is boxing heavy, but he's using his boxing to get to the takedown, right? But he's very quick and very elusive, or at least he used to be. When Chito was fighting Dominic Cruz too, same thing. Like, Dominic Cruz was doing quite well in that fight. Chito made the adjustments though, because Dom is so elusive and sticking to the outside. Chito caught him with the head kick, which was picture perfect. I mean, goddamn, like, the finishing ability of Marlon Chito Vera is quite incredible. And if I was gonna pick Marlon Vera, I would probably be picking him by like 4th or 5th round KO or TKO, because we've seen now, Cory Sandhagen used to be one of those like zombie like guys like Dominic Cruz or Colby Covington, where they would get hurt but snap back immediately, hit the deck, fucking pop back up smiling. Like, Cory's tough, dude, but we've seen he's had 2 pretty brutal wars with TJ and with Petr Yan. And I know that Petr Yan can crack, and one of them was a spinning back fist knockdown, but the other one was kind of a step through left hook. Like, Petr Yan had switched stances mid combo into a southpaw stance and then followed up with his left foot. What the fuck did I just say, dude? I'm dyslexic again. With his left foot forward to enter an orthodox stance as he threw it to get some extra power behind it. So maybe Cory just didn't see it coming because of the stance switch, added quite a bit more range to it. But he knocked him down twice in that fight. At least, I think it was twice, but... And... like, again, MMA fucking calculus or whatever, MMA algebra, MMA maths in general don't work like this, but... Bro, Sean O'Malley took some fucking shots from Petr Yan without getting dropped at all. As a matter of fact, he never really even looked rocked. So I'm wondering if some of the wars Cory's had maybe diminished his chin a little bit. I mean, he hasn't taken an overly crazy amount of damage, so I don't know. I could just be speculating a little too hard there, but if I had to bet who hit harder between Marlon Vera and Petr Yan, I would probably pick Marlon Vera. So if Chito gets it done, which, dude, to be honest, I kind of hope he does. Like I said, I really like both of these guys, but there's just something about Chito, man. He's just a cool dude. He's a fucking cool cat. And I like the way he talks, and I like how he's just like no shame kind of guy. I've got 2 kids. That might be a reason why I identify with Chito a little bit more. He's got kids. But his story's fucking wicked, man. And I kind of hope he gets it done. And if he did, I would imagine it would be like he hurts him with a big punch in round 4 or round 5 and lets him back up, stalks him down like the fucking psycho looking fuck that he is. He looks like a goddamn fucking shark. Like, I've heard people read people putting in comments about Andrew Tate. Oh, he's got them shark eyes, blah, blah, blah. Chito Vera's got shark eyes, motherfucker. If you've got a scratch on you, that guy's gonna eat you. Like, if he even gets a whiff of dried up blood, he's gonna fuck you up. With that being said, though, I think Cory Sandhagen is a little too elusive, a little too quick, and a little too long. If I'm going to compare Cory Sandhagen to anybody that Chito's fought, it would have to be Dominic Cruz. That being said, though, again, I think Cory Sandhagen is a better, younger, faster, stronger version of Dominic Cruz. I think Cory doesn't mix in as many takedowns as Dom, but the way that they use footwork with their striking is quite similar. But Dominic Cruz is not as long. He might have Cory doesn't have an overly large reach, so Dom might have similar. I don't know, but Dom's probably got short arms too. I'm gonna look it up quickly, but besides that, there's a height and leg reach differential, and Cory's gonna. He's always sticking to the outside, sticking to moving, really quick about it, in and out, like. Whereas, it is really like a tale of two styles, like. Marlon just kind of plots forward, dude. Hands up. He eats some shots, man. He's not super elusive. He can get hit. Dom's got a 68-inch reach. Cory Sandhagen has 70-inch, so not insane, but more reach. So, but you know what? 2 inches is a lot. Like, 2 inches might have been the difference between that head kick landing on Cruz in a spot that could KO him and not. So, Cory Sandhagen's also almost 6 feet tall, which is quite tall for 135 pounds. 5'11". Like Chito Vera is like 5'7". See, Dom's 5'8". Marlon Vera is 5'8". So if that was Cory Sandhagen, that head kick might not have landed, right? Like, Marlon will have to do it. Chito will have to do a little bit more setting up there. So, one of these dudes is getting fucked up. Or both of them will probably get fucked up. Actually, if Cory wins that, both of them, I think either way. I don't know why I'm fucking talking bullshit. Either way, both of them are getting hurt. This is not going to be a quick finish. Reason being is I don't see Chito taking him down and, like, strangling him the way Aljamain did. I mean, maybe he does, because at this point he wants to be risk averse because he's so close to a fucking title shot, and he knows that the champion right now did that to Cory Sandhagen. So I mean, that's a path to victory for Chito. Chito's got underrated jiu-jitsu, my guy. He's 10th planet. I would imagine if he's not a black belt, he's probably close to it. And those 10th planet guys are fucking tricky with their weird shit, man. Fucking weirdos. But, you know, Eddie Bravo's fucking out there, dude. But he comes up with some creative jiu-jitsu shit. And, but I don't see Chito doing that. I see Chito wanting to fucking throw fists. So, again, if I had to pick Cory Sandhagen by decision, 4 rounds to 1, maybe 3 rounds to 2. He'll just simply outpoint him, jabs, straights. When the thing is, there's something that Cory does that seems to cause him certain moments in fights. Like, and it's understandable why this would happen, because when you have 2 fucking highlight reel KOs in a row, a flying knee and like a wheel kick or whatever, a spinning heel kick, dude, you'd be obsessed. It'd be like fucking heroin. You'd want to do that every fucking time. The problem is firstly, that was against Marlon, who is like, after the first round, that's a wrap, boy. Like, that guy something went wrong with him mentally. I don't know. Fucking Mr. Clean over there couldn't fucking, I don't know. But anyways, and the flying knee on Frankie Edgar. I mean, you're like 6 inches taller than Frankie Edgar. We've all seen him fight for fucking 8 hours in the octagon. We know exactly what he does, his mannerisms, how he stands, all that shit. Cory baited him perfectly. Fine. Was a great KO. But once you get to the top level, that shit ain't happening, my guy. And in his fight with TJ Dillashaw, he tried to throw that same flying knee on a number of occasions, and none of them landed. He also tried to spin on a number. Well, actually, a flying knee landed in the first round, but it wasn't enough to do any damage. Meaning like rock TJ or something. He also threw a lot of spinning shit that TJ would end up taking his back with, because it ain't landing. Like, you're gonna have to set shit up a little bit better with these guys. But I think that if he sticks to his straight punches, like his boxing, his footwork with leg kicks, I think he could outpoint Marlon, Chito Vera, for most of the rounds. And I'm not gonna use this. I might change my pick closer coming up to if they actually make this fight, because as of right now, it's not even official. But I might change my pick to a late Chito finish, 4th or 5th round. I think those are the only 2 ways it can go, unless some fucking fluke injury happens. But I think we've seen enough of both of these guys that it's like, I don't think Cory Sandhagen ain't landing a first round flying knee against fucking Chito. You know what I mean? So I can't find Chito's reach online for some reason. Because he appears to have pretty long arms, though he's not the broadest individual in the shoulder areas. Which is a large part of reach. That's why John Jones is like, he's got really long arms and extremely broad shoulders. So, yeah, what the fuck, dude? Show me the reach, bro. Show me the reach. Come on, my guy. What the fuck is this shit? Marlon, Chito, Vera. What the fuck is this? It ain't telling me his reach. But he's got long arms, dude. They fucking go long. Okay? Like, down to where his shorts stop. Like, literally. I don't understand why his fucking reach isn't anywhere on this goddamn website, but he's been on a fucking tear lately. I might end up changing my pick to him by finish, but Cory is a hard dude to finish. Off the top of my head, the only one I can remember is Aljamain choking him out, which Aljo did like 0 damage to him anyway, so it wasn't anything crazy. I would imagine I don't know. Based on their last few fights, I would imagine Chito might be a slight favorite. Just because he hasn't lost in a while, he's been looking fucking great. He's been getting finishes, and when he doesn't get finishes, he beats guys the fuck up. Whereas Cory Sandhagen's dropped 2 in a row. Mind you, to 2 of the best. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyways, fucking I'm gonna go. Subscribe, you fucks. Ta-ta for now.